I have DirectCommand in 2 applications. We own a Case IH sprayer. We custom spray 14,000 acres every year. The DirectCommand helps shut the sprayer off as you're crossing in other areas that you already sprayed, saving farmers thousands and thousands of dollars of overspray, overlaps, sections in the field that you haven't covered.
DirectCommand is, once again, the boom shutoff on DirectCommand is huge. That's the one piece that instantaneously, as a farmer, you see that it works and you see how it saves you money because you're not overlapping, and it makes that spraying operation so much more simple when you don't have to worry about shutting booms off on point rows or even on straight headland ends. It's just so much nicer to work with. You know, when you use DirectCommand, you know that it's accurate because the acres in your fields, even with waterways and things like that, the acres are the same every time you spray, whereas before DirectCommand, you could spray a field and it would, at the end, it would tell you you had 51 acres. You spray it the next time, it could be 53 acres. And those acres were being doubled up, or you were leaving skips. Either way, it affected the bottom line for the farmer, for ourselves and our farming operation. So DirectCommand is something that, quite honestly, nobody should be spraying without DirectCommand. It's just that impressive. It's a quick payback, and it works well.
Yeah, the DirectCommand, I've really enjoyed that. I can see where I've been. I don't have to think about it all the time, and you don't worry about whether you'd shut off that boom or not. And sometimes you're going along a terrace and it widens up, and maybe you used to forget to turn on the boom, and now it's just automatic. And there is less fatigue at the end of the day. You can pay attention more to where your booms are going and that. I've really enjoyed it. You can, if you have a little spot left, you can drive up the middle and the booms will just turn on that need to. It just does it right to the foot of what it ought to. It does a better job than I could do manually. If it doesn't work, I would hate to even go without it. It's very profitable to have on the machine.
We had ran an Insight with Seed Command on it before we put DirectCommand on the sprayer, so it was easy for us to understand how it worked. The cost savings this year were not as great as they were the year before with the price of anhydrous running through our toolbar, but putting on 1,500 acres of anhydrous, we saved more than the cost of the system the very first year. The savings can be quite substantial.
Well, I think there's several reasons that we need to have it. I think the for one thing, not doubling up applications is safer from an environmental standpoint. I think operator fatigue and being able to pay attention to other things in the field. I mean, when I'm out spraying or I'm out in the tractor while we're doing the spraying operation, I like to do a little scouting while I'm driving. And if I'm not having to pay so much attention to the equipment itself, I can spend more time watching the crop and making crop observations, and maybe be planning for how we're going to do things differently as far as agronomy things go in the future. I think that some of the things we need to be able to do too is to be able to verify what we're doing. I mean, as part of our EPA regulations, the record keeping we have to do to be able to show what we've sprayed, and to have all that down on a piece of paper and be able to print it off has been very helpful for us. We usually print our records off at the end of the year, and that way we've got a written record, and that way there's no doubt about what actually did happen in the field because it's verified. So that's been helpful too, and I don't know, as far as the record keeping, I don't know if it saves any time, but I know that it's a written record like that, just like with our yield maps, is very valuable to go back in years to come. If there's ever a question about something happened on that field, we can go back and verify that through the maps that we have then.